Hello all, welcome back to Rogue Trader. I'm of course game operator and narrator. So welcome to the wonderful angry world of Janus. Wonderful place. In the last episode, an assassination attempt was tried on us, and the state wardens did not do their job. We also had the help of a rather friendly, also troublesome worryingly, Eldar. Perception and fellowship were reduced by 25 with a concussion after getting dropped in what I thought was going to be an easy fight, and I miscalculated and did not notice that someone was not actually knocked over and killed. That's all right. Decorative spire hastily turned into a watchtower is a sure sign of a turbulent situation on the angry world. I'm going to shoot this planetary governor, I believe. Now, Ballard was probably being more ironic than I would have liked him to be when he mentioned that's a good thing, that not a lot of people are coming in to check on her, but this is getting out of hand, so yeah.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Random house, what do we got here?
The duty prevails.
Chapel. No prayers inside. That is sacrilege. And that, I believe, is where our Eldar fire support was located. Sanctuary in an Imperial Chapel for an Eldar. That doesn't really sound normal.
The Emperor gave me a vision.
Whoa. There's goods hidden in the bushes here.
What a shameful failure.
Chains or rope with shackles on the end can be seen in the Chains or ropes with shackles on the end can be seen in the water. Well, that's not good. What do we got here? Cyber Raven. Ah, this is part of the new DLC. We don't have access to that yet. Or we don't have anyone with that ability yet. And where, pray tell, were we supposed to go? I can't read that. Might be a sound barrier inside the gazebo? Yeah. For all your quiet time while you're trying to relax. More cargo. I would like a trade station if I could. I don't think we're going to get that lucky. So far, not so much. Goods in the safe? Pascal, if you don't mind.
This explorator is blessed.
Medical kits. We could use a medical kit to get Cabela all kind of patched up.
You cannot trick death. It will claim me one day.
I forgot how medkits worked and I just wasted that one. That's a shame. Good thing we got a spare. Ah, yes. Just a little rusty. We'll get her figured.
The divine watches over us.
There we go. There's an exit. What's over here, though? More goods? More trade goods. And is that going to be everything so far? Kind of looks like it. Okay, on to the next area. I missed something. Into the mansion, where I'm going to shoot the governor. Yes, I am convinced I'm shooting the governor. Losing control at this level is wildly unacceptable.
Step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
I am registering a significant quantity of non-essential self-harm inflicted by this unit. Requesting clarification.
What you doing?
You reshape your body so that it may reflect the depth of your devotion. So too do I reshape mine. The scars on my skin become prayers, and my every torment turns into zeal.
Neat. Also disturbing. Upon seeing you, the guard at the door lets out a frightened yelp and doubles over in a low bow. Your lordship, the most honorable Solstrom von Valencius. The governor is waiting you in her office, where she is protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet her alone or with your entourage? My entourage will accompany me in meeting with this governor. I'm gonna kick your teeth in. Vistenza's Janus Viat Ab Aram of Coronis is furiously wiping at a data slate, issuing commands into a gilded vox. Upon seeing you, she hurriedly puts away her devices, smooths her skirt, and drops into a deep curtsy. Your lordship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the reception. Even in my worst nightmares, I could never have imagined. She flinches when she notices Cabela standing at your side. A death cultist? My, how unexpected. Must someone face severe punishment in the Emperor's name? Sometimes I love my job. Someone always does. As for who and when, the Undying One will tell. Cabela responds with dignity, seeming oblivious to how sinister her words sound. I don't care about your apologies. I could have been killed. The governor, trembling all over, bows her head even lower. I assure you, your lordship, I would never. I beg you, give me the chance to prove my loyalty and explain myself. Vistenza's companion standing beside her also bends into a slavish bow, while reaching out to offer a reassuring touch to Vistenza's hand, who immediately draws it away. One of your wardens helped us in battle. Superb shot. Who was it? You must be referring to Yurlet, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I have turned a blind eye to her horrific mutations, given the undoubted advantage she brings. You see, Yurlet comes from the local degenerate stock of this world, and knows Janus like the back of her hand, so she has provided several leads as to where we could find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I am tempted to send her away from the estate. Her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure, and so tall. If you wish to speak to Yurlet, you will find her outside the orangery, most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others. What's happening on this planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not even notified at first. Griping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families. Vistenza shakes her head, and then it became apparent that what the administrator's accounts had referred to as unrest were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They have already brought 13 angry complexes to a halt and have now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Footfall Station is on the verge of starvation. Janus supply the people there with provisions? Yes and no, your lordship. If the question is, can such an expansive and fertile world as this one feed a few thousand void rats? Of course it can. We lose more provisions to gnawing pests every cycle than those on Footfall could eat in their entire lifetimes. But can we ship and send provisions to Footfall? Not a chance. Any cargo shuttle that leaves the surface will be targeted for attack. The rebels will not hesitate to bring it down, sending flaming debris over the capital. Our silos could become targets for sabotage. Food could be poisoned or mined. The logistics of transporting supplies to Footfall will only be possible once the uprising has been completely crushed. Can Janus fulfill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions? I risk angering you, your lordship, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let us consider the situation dispassionately. Even the most talented logistics experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tithes when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport, and the terrified peasants are indulging a dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things is restored on Janus, any trade is nigh impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Janus does not have its own fleet. We could organize a planet-wide search if we had ships at our disposal. Ships like yours, your lordship. Perhaps you will find a way to support our subjects in the hour of your need? I'm sure even approximate coordinates would be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship's crew work together to hunt down the enemy. Well. Well, I'll track down these elusive figures myself. As for you, Vistenza, you will not be permitted to fail again. I am removing you from your post as governor of this planet, and I am placing you under arrest. When I've finished with the rebels, I'll decide what to do with you. Vistenza lets out a ragged gasp as though she has been punched in the stomach. Your lordship, but I have served your dynasty faithfully and honestly. I have worked tirelessly to tame this unruly planet. She stops herself from speaking any further and nods. As you wish. So we must now talk to Yurlet. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm going to find out. Hopefully there's some voice lines in here that will help enunciate the language. As for now... To the estate. By the gazebo, she said. So by the gazebo we shall go.
Although the rites of the blood-spun web seem radical to me, I am glad to have such a fervent and devout warrior of the Emperor at our side.
I too am glad to fight side by side with his worthy servant, even though I usually hunt alone.
Eldar. Hello, Xenos.
Iliet Lenevis greets you, Elantark.
Yurliet. The bizarre creature before you only vaguely resembles a typical human. An elongated body, slender limbs, and pointed features. Every aspect of its appearance is unnatural and alien. The creature turns its head to you. You're not a mutant.
I have met souls like you before. You travel a path that offers you enlightenment. A rare gift among your limited kind. My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
I will speak with you, Yurliet. Keep your hands where I can see them.
I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
So you're the governor's mysterious helper.
I am, Elantark. My hand parried the death promised to the ruler of these people, and I aided you in battle against the Lost Ones.
What do you know about the rank and file rebels?
Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Interesting. Do you know who's behind the uprisings on these planets?
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
How did you come to be on Janus?
The world you call Janus was once created by the will of my kin. I have far more right to be on the Lilithon than any of you.
Why did I get the feeling it might be an Eldar seed world? Why did you call me Owlcat?
Because that is what you are. Owlcat means stranger from the darkness amidst the stars. You descended on flame-winged machines in a dark time when the air of the planet is soaked in blood and pain. Will you be the one to bring peace to the Lilithon?
I'm pretty sure I already asked why she's helping, but I'll just double check.
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering.
Yeah, your answers are not particularly helpful.
But you are not asking for help, Owlcat. You are merely asking questions, the answers to which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow. Explore this place. Speak to those who know. A simple task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion. When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
If you want, you can join me. None of the locals will dare to look askance at you in the rogue trader's presence.
So be it. I will go with you.
But Domin, this is a Xenos. The tenets of the blood-spun web warn us about their deceitful and vicious nature. They compel us to destroy them on sight. She is an enemy of the undying Emperor, and she is driven by dark designs.
My judgments and choices are for me alone, monkey. If uniting with your master will bring peace to the Lilithon, then it is the true path. Do not get in my way if you value your next breath.
Call me Monkey one more time.
Your attempts to intimidate me are as hollow as the lies seeping from your lips. Only the Domin's grace stands between my blade and your throat, Xenos.
I am ready, Owlcat. Let us go forth.
All right, Owlcat is a Xenos, one of the Asurani. She is a ranger who follows the path of the outcast, and her skills in ranged combat are without equal. Owlcat does not use human weapons, can wear either Eldari armor, or, if she learns the required feature, Drukhari armor. Owlcat's unique ability instantly ends her turn. However, at the start of her next turn, she will make an attack that always hits the target. Interesting. Who, and I say who, sits this one out? It might be Adira.
What is it?
And we got levels. We have operative. We have a full range already done. We have analyze enemies, expose weakness, dismantling attack with sharpshooter. If the operative does not move this turn, they deal +1 more damage with a single shot attacks for every 5 cells between them. The target and gain 6 ballistic skill. Do not stack. And last until the operative moves. Nimble. The operative attacks a target with an exploit stack from a distance of 9 cells or further. That attack deals an additional 16% damage. Precise attack. The next attack against a target affected by an exploit, the target's cover efficiency and block will reduce by... Okay, not bad. Full wounds, so full health is 22% more damage. Inflicts an exploit even on enemies which are out of the operative's line of sight at the start of the turn. Nice. Gains 25% cover if in cover, and 15 perception and 15 ballistic skill. Oof. Lasts until they move. Las weapon expert. Reduces dodge. Okay. In my sights costs only 1 AP. And I guess now we get to choose. Overseer. This is where the cyber stuff comes in. Interesting. He is level 15, just hitting level 16. I'm thinking it might be Bounty Hunter. That's more agility. Eldar Assassin. Critical hits, defense reduction, killing targets. Yeah, we can do Bounty Hunter. Give you hunt down the prey. And then we'll give you piercing shot. Over pen and 12% armor pen. Yeah, we'll give you piercing. EP increase. Wild hunt. It allows them to make several attacks. So I'm going to go through here because this skill level is going to be incredibly long. Well, she doesn't have access to a whole lot of things. They already got Las rifle. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I can't leave. Okay. Drops enemy agility. Additional armor pen. I'm going to grab that. Wild hunt. Going to give you more ballistics. And... Path of the Owlcat is pretty nice. We'll call that good. We will call that good. As for inventory, what does she have? Eldar long rifle, 20-23 damage. Well, we do also happen to have some weaponry for you, just in case. What armor? The Hunter Father's armor. Plus 10% dodge if the wearer is in a cover, or plus 2 movement points on the Strike of Corona's ability. The wearer regains all movement points, can make an additional attack this turn, once per combat. That is disgustingly good. I'm going to give that to her. All right. How about equipment? You can use medkits. You get a couple of those. I'll give you some blinding grenades. I'll give you some gas cloud grenades as well. Trinkets. That's lore. That's one cell range, not exactly the best thing in the world. Persuasion. Give you reduced grenade cost. Give you a cape because everyone needs a cape. That requires a pistol. Have glasses. Oh, they didn't show up. That's a shame. Anyways, moving on. Let's have us a tour around town, shall we? Yes, marred indeed. Enough of the noble talk. Let's go talk with the common folk. These are all nobles. Getting a whole lot of nothing on this one. Aristocrats, servants.
I have not seen many places that flaunt such luxury. If you were to scrape all the gilding from every temple on footfall, it would still be less than there is here.
Do the masters of this place deserve such honor? Are they the chosen servants of the Undying One? Or do they glorify themselves rather than him?
Let the faith guide my path to
Good
glory.
question. More nobles. We have Dilius Quint. Hello, sir. The stoop man wearing a cloak of the Adeptus Administratum is reviewing information on a data slate, while his quietly whirring mechanical arms fill a long scroll with writing. Upon noticing you, the man stretches his thin lips into a smile and deferently bows. The light in the eyes of the servo skull hovering over his right shoulder gently pulsate. Your lordship, what an honor it is to address you in person. Allow me to introduce myself. Attilius Quint, Prefectus of the Officio Agricolate. I will preserve the record of our conversation forever. What record of our conversation? Your lordship, I painstakingly record every conversation with high-ranking personages, and afterwards I fill out all 7 accompanying forms personally. Dillis rolls up his completed scroll in a practiced gesture, stows it away, and pulls out a new one. Your words and judgments are in good hands. Strange hobby, but you may continue. I thank you. Moments such as these, as the appearance of a rogue trader, must be preserved for posterity. What do you have to say about the governor's helper, Earliet? Attilas looks askance at Earliet and offers a strange smile. A highly exceptional individual. After today's regretful event, I am beginning to hold her talents in particular esteem. Verily, even mutants who have seen the light of the God Emperor can faithfully serve his flock. Moreover, Earliet's particular abilities could be an interesting subject of study for the Magos biologists. That elongated head shape, those eyes. Judging by the skull that was given to me to send on to Footfall, such developmental anomalies on Janus are not a quirk of nature, but some kind of inheritable trait. Earliet freezes completely, turning into a living statue. What did you say? Oh, madame, have my words upset you? I'm certain your kinsman would be delighted to learn that people wish to make pretty pressure paper out of his remains. And besides, I could be wrong about the nature of his origins. Out here bullying the Xenos, and turns out we're just skinning the Xenos alive? Oh no. Why do you have to send the skull to someone on footfall? It was part of a commission for a jeweler, your lordship. One of the ladies of the court sent this trinket along with precise instructions for the artisan, who was to encrust it with precious stones. One moment. After rummaging in a nearby container, Attilius draws out a parcel which he immediately unwraps. Here it is. I believe the finished piece was intended to be given as a gift to the governor, but under the current circumstances, I doubt I will be able to send it to Footfall anytime soon. Juliette stares at the skull in silence. You can see her jaw working under her delicate skin. After a few seconds, she abruptly turns away. Pascal's mechadendrites reach toward Attilius with interest, seeming to unnerve him a little. Adequately preserved. It is a pity that it is empty inside. It could have become a proper servo skull herald for the rogue trader. Unorthodox. Remove it from my sight. Oh, yes, of course, of course. Attilius hurriedly returns the skull to the container. Oh, this is getting sketchy. Tell me about Janus. What is happening on this planet? Alas, your lordship, rebellions have caused us too many problems in recent times. The rebels are interfering with established processes, interrupting supplies, and sabotaging the serfs' work. Few nobles have even been killed, and worst of all, some of the victims occupied important administrative posts. Until their replacements pass their checks, complete all of their induction forms, and go through the official appointment procedure, important paperwork is going unsigned. It's a bureaucratic catastrophe. If things continue in this vein, I dare not even imagine what it could lead to. There are worlds that are ravaged by war for generations. Generations, your lordship. Like that deranged planet by the nameless star. It's so close to our own peaceful system. The inhabitants there supposedly live under the patronage of rogue trader Winterscale. I shudder to think what he has created there. Who is directing the rebels? Does anyone know? Now, the rebels are well armed and well trained. What's more, the governor's advisors are inclined to think that the instigators of the rebellions are very familiar with the planet's terrain and climate. My ordinates are going through registration records day and night, looking for individuals who have completed military training, but we have so far been unable to identify the scoundrel. I want to know the details. Where have the rebels struck and how? Of course, of course. I would be delighted to furnish you with all the information I have. In the last few months, 15 organized attacks and 7 terrorist attacks have been perpetrated. Irrigation equipment has been sabotaged in Agrian sectors 3 to 5. Transport routes to 7, 4, 13, and also, I suppose this will not tell you much. Please. With a fussy gesture, he pressed several buttons on his data slate screen, and a 3-dimensional map with coordinates of the attacks appear on your cogitator. The data is superbly collated, and the map clearly displays the actions of the rebels. At first glance, there seems to be no logic to their campaign. But after analyzing the data and the features of the terrain, you notice a clear system indicating a geographical pattern to their attacks. What are you doing to combat the rebels? Our security services are tracking those who support the rebels, and our regular wardens are wiping out those saboteurs without the slightest mercy. But they keep on appearing. My scribes have been run off their feet keeping records of all the public hearings and executions, but I am confident the governor will find a solution soon. That's enough for now. Of course, your lordship. What do you know about the attack on the estate? A disgraceful incident, simply disgraceful. I cannot believe these scoundrels would dare to come so close, and to drag the nobility into this as well. If they penetrated the estate, that means they had help from some worthless servant or other. Security is currently questioning the survivors, but the culprit has not been found. Yet. Attilius Quint smiles unpleasantly. What do you think of the governor? Oh, I must confess, the news of her arrest has shaken me to my core. May I speak openly? I admit that I hadn't got a bad word to say about Governor Viat, and I hope that when you praise her efforts, your anger will change to mercy. The Governor is a superb leader. She possesses an excellent grasp of all matters and never uses an incorrect form for a given situation. I do not pry into her personal affairs, but if I may speak plainly, a lady who fills out paperwork with such finesse cannot be a bad person, in my view. Right. I must take my leave. Look forward to meeting you again, your lordship. So, okay, that is troubling and probably not good. If this is a seed world for the Eldar, oh no. I wonder what they're calling mutants are. I don't recall there ever being anything about a regressed society of Eldar. At least not recently. Oh look, bodies. Allow me to rummage in his pockets. His dried berries. Yes. Do you have some more goods by the shuttle? Definitely take all that stuff. Take mats. A little bit more lore.
Failure.
A hulking man dressed in a uniform marking him out as an officer of the Goober National Wardens is closely monitoring his subordinates as they surround the building. Sensing your approach, he whips around, his face going pale, and he offers a low bow. Your lordship, please do not stray too close to the building. One of the terrorists from today's attack has holed himself up in there. He could be dangerous. And who are you? I am the Madame Governor Security Officer. I regret that you had to witness today's incident, your lordship. I assure you, nothing of the sort will ever happen again. What's going on here? Ready to report, your lordship. We conducted a sweep of the area after the attack. All of the assassins were arrested or neutralized except for one. The officer scowls darkly. He sealed himself inside. He already injured 2 wardens who tried to reach him. But there's no need to worry. We'll poison him and clear the last dregs of dirt from the estate. I do have one question, officer. Why have you not already done it? The rogue trader is here, and the longer you delay, the more you put his life needlessly at risk. The officer flinches slightly at Abelard's snarl. It is inexcusable, your lordship. The barrels of poison were only just delivered, but we're ready to begin now. I want to talk to the person inside. Are you sure? That's not exactly safe, your lordship. The officer's eyes involuntarily sweep over you, sizing you up. You dare to question me? Out of my way. The officer seems to remember himself and offers another low bow. Forgive me, your lordship. Act as you see fit. At the officer's signal, the other wardens take a deferential step back, clearing your path to the door. Yes. Who is inside? So, before I even get into this one, I have a little bit of a working theory. Like I said, if this is a seed world and they are playing Eldar, I don't know if it's going to be old forms of Eldar, like maybe something made out of Wraithbone or something. Something that maybe had a soul stone in it. I don't know. I've never heard of any sort of communities of Eldar that maybe regressed into living in a, say, squalor or the bottom of a hive city, but we never know. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe there's Eldari that are running this rebellion. We're going to find out. When you approach the solid-looking door, a high, boyish voice shouts out, "Piss off! You won't take me alive! Better to put a bullet in my brain than let the governor's dogs get their hands on me." We shall examine the door. The door looks solid and formidable, but you notice dark marks on the hinges. A sure sign that the material is degraded. The lock doesn't look new either. With a suitable tool, it could easily be opened. We are going to kick down the door. A few powerful blows and the door flies open, revealing the way inside. Surprise! Kool-Aid Man is here. Inside is poorly lit, but you spot a person standing in the far corner. He is desperately gripping a discharged lasgun in his hand. At the sight of you, his eyes widen in recognition and fear. It can't be the rogue traitor! The young man, practically a boy, falls to his knees and stretches out his bloody hands towards you. His clothes are burned on one side and grimy with baked-in blood. Your lordship, have mercy! You are the sovereign of this planet. Only you have the power to save us. Youth is a time of recklessness. I heard that said more than once in the Schola Progenium and during my novitiate. But youth is also a time of directness. Let us listen to this young man before we judge him. Save you from what? From Governor Viat. Everybody here knows what she's been doing to us. We put up with it for a long time, hoping that somebody would intervene and help us. But nobody ever did. She's turned the whole world into a slaughterhouse. People are rounded up like groks from the settlements, supposedly to go to the palace, and they're never seen again. Her servants pour something over the fields, and then people lose their minds. They start hearing voices and seeing evil spirits. And while we're dying, she's sitting behind her white walls and feasting on our bones. Juliette's face twists. Sacrifices, madness, pain, and death. Even in so primitive a society as this, such rites seem senseless, not worthy of such efforts. What is this? A random quirk of nature or something darker? You're telling me people are seeing evil spirits? Yes, others are going feral and attacking their loved ones. And then there's... The boy lowers his voice. People say that in some settlements, well, they've stopped upholding the law altogether. Imperial law and the law of basic human decency. People are turning into animals. Who's behind the rebels? He swallows nervously and looks at you with fear. Your lordship, I beg you, don't ask me that. I can't settle my brethren. It's over for me, but the others, I won't betray them. Well, we got 100%. Tell me, or I'll tear this world apart to get rid of garbage like you and your brethren. The shaking rebel curls up on the ground under your gaze. Your lordship, no, please, don't hurt the others. I've never been in their camp. None of us have. Only the chief saw one person from their base. He came a few times, bringing weapons and orders. He said he represented a greater force than we could imagine. And he said that the governor's dogs will pay for their reprisals in the settlements. That's not where they're hidden. They keep their distance from ordinary folk. We have it all worked out so that if anyone gets caught, the others aren't caught with them. But I swiped the chief's Vox. I thought, after I killed the governor, I could use the message coordinates to find the base and hide out there. The boy retrieves a Vox from his pocket and holds it out to you with a shaking hand. It's everything I know, your lordship. Okay. So, technically speaking, there is a good chance of chaos filth on this planet. Oh, man. Oh, man. Could be a lie, too. Get up and come with me. I give you my word as a rogue trader, you will live. The rebel looks at you in bewilderment and then bows low before you. When he speaks, his voice trembles. Your lordship, thank you. Thank you for this kindness. Never thought I'd survive this. The officer of the wardens cast a disdainful look over the rebel before turning his gaze on you. Your lordship, I honor your bravery. Please allow me to get rid of this rat for you. Iconoclast. I know I saw Iconoclast pop up a couple times. Hmm. Escort this man safely to the perimeter of the estate. He is free to go. A dumbfounded expression appears on the officer's face. With the deepest respect, your lordship. The officer thinks better of his next words and abruptly bows. It will be done. If any of this is true, I will shoot the governor. If any of this is not true, I will burn all these villages. Not much of a choice, I guess. That is true. That is true. All right, let's get out of here and carry on. Oh, no, 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 no.
To the end.
All these things to pick. Almost left without looking around the room. Pascal, if you would.
The machine god grants me insight.
Yeah, multi-keys and cargo. The only thing useful there. All right, sorry for the cut there, but so we have a few things popping off here. I'm not too sure how
State your intention.
accurate I'm going to be on my assumption here. Clearly chaos is involved. That's never a good time.
Path to glory.
Never a good time at all. What we're going to do about it, I'm not exactly 100% sure. As for everything else in the area, well, we got to talk with everybody. Not really a whole lot left. Starting to think about questioning the maid, though, to the governor. Something seems off. But first, we'll check out the church. Another noble, servitors. A whole lot of rebuilding going on here.
With each step, I forge my
I'm thinking we're
destiny
probably
among
gonna.
the stars.
Our answer lies within the mansion. Ooh, maybe you, sir. Draped in a red cloak, the Magos' body barely looks human. Wires, tubes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine, while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. The tech priest intermittently dictates something in Technolingua to a servo skull floating next to him. But at your approach, he falls silent and offers a reserved bow. Greetings, your lordship. Lex Mechanic Vinslex. How may I serve you? Pascal and Lex Mechanic exchange trills of binary greetings. A series of sounds issued by Vinslex sounds much longer and more deferential than those of Pascal. What do you do here on Janus? The tech priest's mechanical voice comes from the speaker on his neck. By the order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I have been entrusted with the management of the Adeptus Administratum in order to catalog ergonomic data and analyze information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, tech brother. Your diligence and the diligence of those like you turns anarchy into order and bestows classification to knowledge. One of Pascal's mechadendrites lightly touches the Lex Mechanic's body. Tech priest bows respectfully in return, clearly a little startled. Found this on the body of a dead rebel. Can you tell anything about these specimens? Your blessing for the examination, Megos. The Lex Mechanic waits respectfully until Pascal nods. The tech priest studies the dried berries and goes still. You hear the distinct clicks on a cerebral cogitators processing the information. Creeping creeweed, a typical plant of the Western Hemisphere. We have studied the possibility of industrial cultivation, but the process was found to be inefficient due to the specific requirements of the soil, which is found in the right composition only on the archipelagos of the planet. Tell me about Janus. Initializing report. The planet's soil possesses a unique composition suitable for the re-engineering of the planet and the mass production of foodstuffs. Significant cultivation of the Eastern Hemisphere with the aim of improving production processes and logistic operations. Traces of xenoactivity that do not pose an immediate threat to ongoing operations. Undesirable pathologies of flora and fauna have been noted, which may pose a threat in the short term. And what exactly are these pathologies? Genetic and chemical pathologies, your lordship. Harmless species mutate and become aggressive, while plants change their chemical composition and become poisonous. This is happening more and more, and if no action is taken, the ecosystem of this world will be irreparably disrupted. The changes may be artificial. Has the possibility been considered that someone is manipulating the ecosystem to reduce our living space? Not at all, Venerable Magos. Our tech comrades from the Magos biologists are humble workers, not warriors. They could not have come up with the thought of such a militant nature. The mind must be open to all forms of knowledge. I order you to commence a check-in. In the event that your account of the indolence of their minds is confirmed, I will petition for the appropriate penance. It is the Lilithian's wrath that is becoming manifest in nature itself and the workings of this world. May the gods preserve us. How did we not notice this sooner? Juliet glances at you before immediately looking away. And how is the governor dealing with these undesirable pathologies? I have analyzed the genome of the affected species, and I am currently developing suppressor genes to make the planet's organisms resistant to pathology. But so far, I have not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet would perhaps speed up this process, but the administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. Alright, well, tell me about the traces of xenoactivity. According to the data obtained during the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human origin were noted in different sectors of the planet, but I did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail. For now, I must defer the quest for knowledge. The Lux Mechanic speaks the last words with a distinct envy, his eyes fixed on Magos Hanuman and... Hanuman. Let's talk about something else. How many servants of the Adeptus Mechanicus are there on the planet? According to the data stored in my cogitator, all infrastructure nodes for food harvesting and processing have their own contingent of technomats. The total number amounts to 253. Correction. Based on the latest data, the figure is 211 units. And how are things with your fellows? The current situation on the planet is assessed as stable. The progress of the prospects is assessed as encouraging. I will speak later. As you wish. Alright, so, Northern Hemisphere may be where these guys are coming from.
Reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Which is somewhat troubling. One last check around the area here. Mats. Ah, new area. Hello. Old servant. Surely you know things that are going on here. Hearing your footsteps, the elderly servant grabs an injector and stabs it into his arm. The area around the needle immediately starts turning black. Oh, great. You're too late, Vyats dogs. I'm the master of my own fate. When he gets a better look at you, the man drops the injector in astonishment and seems poised to prostrate himself on the floor before you. It's you! Your lordship! The God Emperor must have brought you here! I beg you, help the rebels and save Janice! He doubles up, hugging himself, and is racked by coughing that leaves his lips wet with blood. Ah, forgive me, your lordship. If only I'd known it was you. My eyes deceived me. We have little time now, but I swear I'll tell you everything. Looking closely at the old man, the tech priest utters, Nerve toxin. The inevitable cessation of vital functions is expected in no more than 60 seconds. Silent clicks emanated by the visor indicate an ongoing picked recording. Gabella picks up a drop of poison from the needle with her claw and carefully puts it on her tongue. She makes an approving sound. Strong toxin. We apply something similar to the lips of new initiates of the blood-spun web. Kills minor nerves and purges one's sensitivity to pain. For this layman, though, it is a certain and violent death. Say whatever it is you have to say and be quick about it. In the name of the Golden Throne, your lordship, show mercy on the humble workers of the Salt of Janus. Save them. Viat, the untouchable governor and leader of the nobility, is creating something monstrous behind closed doors. She uses the Imperium's interest as a smokescreen and purports to be a scholar, but her actions are poisoning our planet. Did you know that the settlements that fail to pay their due tithes on time have been allowed to pay with people instead? They even deliver them to order. Sometimes old folks, sometimes children. He lowers his voice to a whisper and leans toward you. I've seen these people. I've seen them being delivered to the estate, and then I never heard or seen from again. They go into the secret room and they don't come out, your lordship. Ever. The old servant lets out a moan. The dark stain on his arm seems to be creeping through his veins until his arms and neck are a latticework of black. The servant's breath quickens and becomes irregular. What secret rooms? Hidden chambers deep within the palace. I've never been inside, thankfully. The servants who are allowed in, the ones the governor trusts, they change. She changes them, pretties them up, and defiles them. I see no shadows of deceit behind your words, and even so, I would have noticed. I know I would have noticed the signs of which you... Juliette's face tenses like a taut string, and doubt creeps into her expression. Except, whenever Vicenza hosts one of her dances at the palace, she sends me away to search for the rebels, into the forest far from human settlements. You accuse the rogue traders appointed head governor of heresy. If your words are false, they themselves are tantamount to heresy. But if what you say is true, if it's true, then your sacrifice will be to your credit, my good man. Argenta utters those last words with impassioned conviction. I swear I'm not lying. Pray for me, holy sister. For me and for Janus. The servant shakes and coughs violently. I'm not sure I'll last long enough to answer all your questions. You can still be saved. No! Don't waste your time on somebody who's as good as dead already. I'll depart this world happily knowing that I'm free from the clutches of the monster sitting on the governor's throne. The old man starts to convulse, indicating that he's close to death. He raises his already unseeing eyes to you. Your lordship, if you'll permit a dying man to take one last request, don't tell anyone that I was the one who unlocked the doors. If you do, they'll go after my family, my home. I will keep your secret. Please, save us. Save Janus. The servant rasps violently and collapses on his side, racked with convulsions. He did not die cleanly. Do you have anything? Yes, no. All right. Well. Secret rooms.
Let us walk this path to the end.
There is but one avenue left for us, and that is into the mansion. Oof. This may not be very pretty. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're fresh out of time for today, so we'll have to put an end to the episode here. If you enjoyed today's episode, by all means, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to support the channel at all, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment on down below. Every little bit does help. In the meantime, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.